Hi everyone, this is Oscar again. In today's video, I'm going to install this, what's it called? A USB header for my PC. I just recently built a new computer, and I'm going to show you how I install this thing. This is the EZDIY-FAB. Well, I think that's the part number. But anyways, I got this on Amazon, and I wanted to get it because I needed some more USB stuff for my PC, especially at more 3.1. So it has a 3.1, USB 3.0s, 2.0s, and it's got micro SD cards, and it's got the small cell phone connector on there. So I'm going to show you how to install it on my PC, and it comes with the screws and instructions. Don't worry about that motherboard. That's a motherboard for another project, so don't look at it. So yeah, let's get started. First thing we want to do whenever we do changes to a computer is turn off the power to the computer. And I don't mean just shut it down. I mean literally turn it off. So I'm gonna hit the power switch on my PC there, and then make some space and open up this case. Alright, so we're going to need a USB 3.0 header, and what else? Oh, this is USB 3.1 or 3.2, so it's like a new standard. So we'll need that, and oh, excuse the mess here. I don't have much space on my desk. And don't worry about that socket, I'm working on that. So we need SATA power connector, and I think this is gonna be, oh yeah, the old school USB. So I don't have much light here. I'm gonna get more light, but yeah. So I pretty much know where all the connections are. I know I need better cable management, but I'm gonna get a modular power supply soon and not have to worry about all these fucking cables everywhere. So here we go. So I gotta make room for this card, so I'm gonna have to take one of these side pieces off, and to gain access to it. So then I'll have to take one of these little grill plates off the front. This case was donated to me. I built a new PC. I have like a 16 gigs of RAM. Well, actually 32 gigs of RAM. I have a 3950 Ryzen 9. My graphics card is like a 4GB 1050 Ti or something like that. I can't find any of the RTX 3080s or 3090s or nothing, so I'm stuck with using that. It's okay for now. Got an M2 drive in there, 1TB. So the motherboard and everything is modern except for the graphics card and the PC, the power supply. But little by little, I'm upgrading it. And the case is just gonna be a sleeper. So when people first look at it, they think it's just a piece of shit, and then the performance will surprise them, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna take one of these pieces off. Then I'm gonna take one of these pieces off, and then install this crap. So next we take out the front bezel, and on this chassis we do. Then we take off this piece of metal here, and it also had a piece of metal on the front bezel, so we take that off. And then it has these little piece of plastic things here that give tension to whatever you put in there. So apparently these don't go in with screws, they go in these plastic things. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'd rather have the screws on there. I'm gonna put the screws on there. But yeah, that's how we do that part. Okay, so I got that in. We ended up having to take the front, the side, and the other fucking side to get the screws in there. Got one screw in there, and then on the opposite side is the same thing. I'm not using those plastic pieces. I threw that shit away. Like I said, this case was donated to me. This is from like a 2014 era. It barely has USB 3.0. and it's got all these stock cases to cool the fan, like the hard drives. But I don't even use hard drives anymore. I use M2 drives. So I'm debating taking this fan off. I don't know if I should though. I mean, I'm not. It's not even plugged in. But I could take it off and I don't know, maybe not use it. Because I'm gonna upgrade the CPU cooler. I got that as a last minute thing to cool my CPU because I didn't have an AM4, and I actually have the Noctua cooler, but I just need the AM4 mount for it. I can't find the mount anywhere, and I can't find my receipt for it, and they won't send me a free one, so I gotta buy it, and I'm okay with that, but I can't find them. So for now, I'm gonna use that CPU stock cooler until I can get an adapter for it for my Noctua. So that's it, and now I'm gonna connect all the fucking cables in here. It's just a cable storm. I'm gonna make this look better. But see, this is what happens when you don't have a modular power supply. All these cables are just everywhere. I just threw them in that little bin because I don't need them. I don't need that many cables. I just need the main power supply cable and the cable for the drives down here, and that's it. Everything else is just a fucking waste. But here I go trying to connect this thing. Alright, so this was terrible, but I got all the connectors on here except for one. So I got my two USB 3.0 or 2.0 headers connected. I have the, I know the lighting here sucks, so I got the 3.0 connected there, and I have the SATA power in there somewhere. Now this this cable here is I think it's called a C. I don't have a connection for that one. I'm gonna have to buy an adapter or an expansion card to install that, but everything else I pretty much got. Now I ended up having to get my book on how to look this shit up. So if you have this is really useful. So that's how I ended up finding out where to hook up my connections to. And if you don't have your book, you can look it up online, but it's really useful. So I don't know what motherboard you have, but this is the one I have right now. Now the case, I don't know what case this is because somebody gave it to me. It's decent, but the cable management, it does have some ability to do better cable management. But here in about 2 months, I'm going to get rid of this power supply. It's a good power supply, don't get me wrong, but I need modular because look at all these cables that I'm not using. It's like 2/3 of the cables I'm not even using. I just threw them in here. Look at that. Let's zoom in on that. Look at that's ridiculous. So I don't need all those cables. I only need like maybe one cable. Look, I don't know what the hell this is. I don't even need it. I was trying to take this away, the front of it. I know it's dark, but I was trying to take this off, this old header from it, old USBs, but the power switch button is on there, so I can't take it off. So I disconnected most of that anyways. That's about it. Yeah, so I got the 3950 in here. This Cooler Master actually works. You know what? It works pretty good. It was like 40 bucks at Micro Center, and some people there told me, some of the workers were like, yeah, this is decent. And I was like, well, I don't know, Cooler Master, you know. They're like, no, it's decent. A lot of people like it. We haven't had any problems with it. So I was like, I'll try it. But it's decent for a $30, $40 or $40 one. It does its job. It keeps it at normal operating temperatures, and I do a lot of video rendering. I haven't overclocked it, but I'm not gonna overclock it until I get a Noctua or some sort of water cooling. I do plan on upgrading the chassis here in about a year. I'm saving up money. I'm gonna get a like a wall mounted chassis, and it's gonna be like basically almost all glass. So I'm saving up to get that because it's like almost 200. But I already spent a lot of money, so I'm gonna first pay off most of that money off before I put more money on that credit card. So I spent about 50 bucks on the cooler. Then I spent about almost like 200 on the motherboard, and then I spent about 600 on the CPU, and then I still haven't even got the graphics card. I would have spent another 500 on that, so I haven't been able to find one. So I'm using a backup one. This is an old 4GB 1050 Ti. It works. It runs all my games, but I can't run all my other games like Grand Theft Auto 5 or whatever at the graphics that I want to run them in. and it has affected a little bit of my rendering, but yeah, I mean, it's great. So next time I upgrade my computer, I'll post a video or whatever, and we'll go from there. But this is pretty much done. I know I'm gonna get an odd hate and flack for all the shit you see, but like I said, I'm gonna get rid of that power supply soon. I'm gonna clean out all that cable. I'm not gonna clean it up now because I'm gonna redo this power supply like in a month or two, and it was worse than this, and the cooling and the temperatures are fine. So, and some of the shit looks counterintuitive. I know, but I'm gonna fix it soon. So I'm gonna plug all this shit up and then test the front of it, and we'll see if it works. Okay, so everything turned back on. The little thing has a light now. Now we see if it actually works. And hopefully it does. I'm gonna try this hard drive here that I have. See if it works. Cool, so this drive does work. I plugged it in. And damn, I need to clean this lens. And it works. Here we go. Let's try the other ports here. Now that's my only 3.0, but I was using the other 3.0s here, but I only need one really in the front. Let's see here. Yep, that worked. Yeah, I'm not unmounting this thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, it works too. Nice. So I'm assuming all of those are going to work. Now I need to test the SD card, so I'm going to test that here in a moment. Alright, so the memory card reader worked great. I couldn't show it because it was the only memory card I had that was available that wasn't running on a phone or a tablet or some other crap. I know, poor excuse. But this is the card I got. I got on Amazon. It was 37 bucks. It's kind of pricey, but it's pretty good construction. It's all metal. I recommend it. All the ports worked. It's pretty. The speeds are decent, really good, and it's really easy to install. And I would recommend it. It's not plastic. It's not dingy. It's actually pretty solid. It's all metal. Front's metal. Sides are metal. So it's pretty good quality build. So that's the one I got. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Comments, leave whatever. Subscribe. Love you. Bye.